Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual makers meeting. I was home the other day and saw we had a loaf of bread sitting on the counter, but we didn't have anything good to put in it. So for this week's makers meeting, I thought, let's learn a couple recipes. So we're gonna be learning 2 different recipes that you can easily make at home with sliced bread. The first one we're gonna try to make is PB&J Raviolis. And for dessert, we're gonna make cinnamon rolls. As always, send us pictures of your projects. You can send them to ekpubliv@comcast.net, or if you post it on social media, use the hashtag MakersMeetingEKPL. I'll see you next week. So here's our first recipe, a PB&J ravioli. This is what we're going to need to make these raviolis. 2 slices of bread, it can be any kind, jelly, any flavor, I'm using grape, peanut butter, again, any flavor. I'm using sun butter, which is made from sunflower seeds. You really can put any kind of filling in. You could even use marshmallow fluff. You'll need a fork and a couple of butter knives, a rolling pin, mug, or even your hands to flatten the bread. Your first step is to take your bread and cut off the crust. Don't throw these pieces away. They make really good croutons for salads or nice little treats for chickens if you know anyone with chickens. Next, roll the bread flat as you can get it. You can use the side of a mug, you can use your rolling pin, you can even use your hands. Once the bread is flat, spread on your choice of fillings. I started with the sun butter and then followed with the jelly. This next part is where you can get creative. First, put on your top piece of bread with your filling in the middle. Then, using a fork, press the edges together. If you want to get real fancy though, you can use a mug or a glass to get a perfect circle. You could even use a cookie cutter. Here are my 2 final products. The one on the left is crimped using my fork, and the one on the right is made using a mug rim. Delicious! Dessert is next. Let's make cinnamon rolls. Here's what we'll need. 2 slices of bread, any kind, some butter, cinnamon and sugar. Mine's already mixed, but to make your own, it's just 1 tablespoon of each mixed together. You'll need some powdered sugar, a rolling pin, mug, or your hands to flatten the bread, and a butter knife. I did things a bit backwards here, so before flattening your bread, I suggest cutting off the crust first because it's easier. Once the bread is flattened, it becomes really flimsy, so cutting the crust off first gives you a nice clean cut. Once the bread is crustless and flat, take the butter and spread some on each piece. You don't need much, but make sure the pieces are covered. Sprinkle on your cinnamon and sugar mixture. Cover each piece really well. Your next step is to roll up the bread. Make nice, tight rolls. To make your glaze, take 1 heaping tablespoon of powdered sugar. Slowly add in a liquid. You can use water, butter, or milk to the sugar, mixing constantly until you get a nice, smooth texture. Now it's time to put together your cinnamon rolls. Being very gentle, slice up your cinnamon rolls using the butter knife. I only did 3 slices here, but you could probably get 4 out of them. Once your rolls are cut, then you can drizzle on your glaze. Enjoy!